Anybody can hear us.
It says in stream.
Oh, are we in?
Yeah.
I hear something.
All right, what was that? Is that Facebook saying that we're disconnected?
Pauses. We'll be right back. If anybody can hear us.
It says in stream.
Oh, are we in? Oh, we're here. I hear something.
No, that's us.
We're still on.
You are now. Did
Okay.
Hey, CJ, did we drop?
I guess we were off for a minute.
I guess we were. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on.
Our internet kind of went. I'm telling you right now, that's the only downside about this whole, like we talked about it at the beginning of the show, this whole quarantine shit. Everybody's like on their Wi-Fi, and the bandwidth is just like, it's just like dropping like crazy.
You people get off.
Yeah. Or why? Unless you're watching us.
Yes.
If you're not doing it, if you're not watching us, piss off. Get off the thing.
You did drop for a few minutes.
Okay.
Damn. All right, we're going to. You're right. It could be just the fact that everybody's sucking up on the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, we are overloaded.
It's overloaded.
So,
all right. Well, we apologize for that. It's got to be what it is.
Yep. So
I don't know what else.
So let's move on to our next story before we drop again. Get this dirty. Go slap England. Go. Oh.
That's my niece.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, she's trying to FaceTime with somebody else, but it keeps going to my iPad. I have no idea what it is. When do you go call your niece and tell her quit hitting me up?
We're in the middle of a bloody show.
Oh.
What the heck?
Whoa.
I lost it. I can't.
Oh, did we drop that? Did we drop our sound too? Oh, man, we dropped everything.
This whole show, we're being sabotaged. It was the Chinese. I'm telling you, China, you can try and silence us all you want to. It ain't going to work.
Now, why is that not working now?
I don't know. Because, the phone, you know what? It was fine until that phone call started coming through.
Let's redo it.
I think it's the Chinese government trying to silence us. Ain't going to work.
Yeah, it's like everything's.
We have like little gremlins.
What in the hell? All right, you know what? Somebody's going to get their ass kicked. Look, it's not even on here, though.
It's not. Yeah, what's up with that?
All right, let's go out of it. It looks like we had to reset the whole. Ooh, my thing's coming off.
Yes, you got that right.
We got to reset the whole world now.
This is Chinese collusion. After we call them out for what it is, and telling them we want them to pay a little bit of that $1 trillion we're going to be shelling out. Oh, there we go. We want a little bit of that $1 trillion that we're doing. Oh, we all mess with your show.
Conformity Antidote. We will take you off air.
Yes, we take you off air until election time, and we make you go for Joe Biden.
Oh, my gosh.
Even though Bernie, let's not forget Bernie. Bernie hasn't dropped out yet. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
So anyways, what I was going to do as soon as he flashed her up. I'm going to keep my cool until after the story's done.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this lovely lady,
if that's what you want to call her.
Well, I was trying to be nice. So we're in Pennsylvania, Hanover Township. Man, that's just right up.
That's up right up the road. That's right up the road.
This is good. Margaret Kirko or Circo, 35. Man, that's a hard 35 there.
You got that well. It's Hanover County in Pennsylvania. It's like
rode hard and put away wet.
Yep.
Or rode hard and thrown underneath the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm. Which she needs to be.
Look what the cat dragged in and threw underneath the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So she, so this I'm gonna call her dumb skank because I believe in calling those that are what they are.
That makes sense.
There you go. So this lovely lady was charged with ruining $35,000 worth of groceries. And Yes. And let me just make sure there's no here. Yes. So she got charged with, she ruined $35,000 worth of groceries. Now, how did she do that? Well, she said to me, I was just doing a prank. I was just pulling a prank. So what she did was said she was sick with the Chinese virus and started on the produce. Or was it all produce or just food? Period.
I think it was produce because I saw.
Oh yeah, fresh produce.
I saw the camera where they actually had to they were actually putting this stuff in a shopping cart and throwing it away.
Yes. She made verbal threats that she was sick and intentionally coughed and spat on fresh produce and other items. Now, you have absolutely nothing else to do besides go and spit on produce. So, okay, let me see. We have people. So we have people in this world that are productive citizens and so forth. Sort of like Deacon Tex and myself.
Well, I'm just sort of
semi.
I'm semi-productive.
Yeah, at least he's not destructive. We'll put it that way. Then we got skanks like this, and there's a lot of people out there like this piece of crap. Who now? Okay, that's 35. Okay, so it's not like the foods. We don't have a food shortage as it is because people are having to get stuff stocked up.
Right.
Right. But then $35,000 worth of produce and other items. I think this is mostly produce. Fresh food. Gone.
Right. I actually saw the. I think it's on YouTube, or I think you can find it on the internet, where they were actually showing the grocery store or whatever that she was in, and you saw the clerks literally, like lettuce and all this other stuff, they literally were throwing away because of this stupid bitch. And I'm going to call her out. She's a stupid bitch. Somebody needs to go, you know what? And what I would do is I would sit there and find out. I'd go to a hospital room where a ward where everybody's got the coronavirus, and tell them all to take them off their ventilators for just a minute, and be like, "Honey, get a load of this." You want to get sick? You want to play yourself alpha sick? You're gonna get it.
And see here's my thing. Okay, did she murder somebody? No, but here's the thing. This is what pisses me off. Because we seem to do, set a crime as in, oh, it wasn't that bad, this and the other. Okay, number one, all this food that nobody can use
right
now, that people were going to buy and now cannot purchase anymore and use. Two, now look at the clerk. Because if I was one of those freaking stock people that I had to pull all this crap out,
right,
somebody's getting their ass whooped.
Yep.
And so what for her? Okay, they're probably gonna say okay because they're not gonna make her pay restitution for the $35,000. That I guarantee you.
No, you know what I'd make her do, honey? All this just became. How much you sit here and start eating it? Eat here. Have another stick of broccoli. Eat this asparagus, you bitch.
You know what?
How about shoveling this head of light iceberg lettuce down your gullet, you skank?
Ew,
how about this cauliflower you spit on?
Ew, you've been eating onions. So, I like it. So here's the thing. Say, okay, tell you what. This is the only food you're going to get for the next couple weeks, month, whatever.
Well, $35,000 worth of produce. Well, she's a little chubby.
Well,
so that might only last her a week.
Well, you don't know.
But then again, if it were Twinkies, she'd be
that'd last a couple of days.
I know.
Excuse me?
Yes, ma'am.
You got that right.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Yeah, well, see, you know why? That's why she spit on the produce, because the last thing of vegetables that touched them lips was like
she's like Newman when he went to Kenny Rogers.
That fireweed.
Newman, you wouldn't eat broccoli even if it had chocolate sauce on it.
Yeah, I don't think she does too much with the produce.
But here's the thing. Again,
we had a situation. I know we had a situation. There was a situation in Maryland some younger kids, I think teenagers or whatever, and they were actually going around and sneezing into the vegetables or whatever. And supposedly one of them was caught saying, it's like, well, it's only killing old people. So that's this mentality. They're trying to change it now, but that was this. Oh, we got a call. But that's this mentality.
Hello, you are on the air with Conformity Antidote. Who we got?
Hello, it's Viv from South Texas.
Oh,
Well,
it's
hi.
Miss Vivian. Let's turn.
Hey,
How you
Hey.
doing?
I'm good.
So what?
Good. How are you guys?
We are great.
We are wonderful.
Now that you called,
Yes.
I still want to take a ride in the vet.
Well, come on down. You probably will be over the windshield, but come on. Come on.
Well, when we're allowed to travel again,
Yeah,
God
no
only
kidding.
knows. Even though now's a good time to travel. They showed one guy, he was in a plane all by himself. I was like, that would be, oh my God, I'd be in heaven. You had the whole.
Me too. Me too.
I'd be like, you can, sir, you can sit. No, you got to stay in your assigned seat. Oh, the hell!
Yeah. I'd be like, can I have all of those pretzels or what?
Yeah, give me all the
I want
pretzels
all of them. Give
And-
me all of the pretzels.
and
Yes.
all those little liquor bottles.
Exactly. Oh, give me
'Cause
all
you're
those
gonna
shots.
you're gonna have to carry me out of this plane. So what can we do for you, Miss
Yeah, I would
Vivian?
have to sit. Oh my gosh! So through all of this madness, I have to tell you, I've only been to the grocery store 3 times because I just don't really want to go,
I don't blame
ma'am.
you.
and it's so irritating because I was actually in Oklahoma when all this stuff started,
Oh,
and I did not go to the grocery store before I left, which is abnormal for me. It's abnormal for us to have less than 10 rolls of toilet paper, but when I came back, we only have 2.
oh no.
And oh yeah, so I find a 12-pack, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I've been to the grocery store 3 times just to find toilet paper, which I cannot find.
We know
And so we're getting low.
yeah, you
Yes.
you could go out in the workshop. I'm sure there's some sandpaper in there.
I was gonna say, speaking of,
You know,
Then you wouldn't want to go
Hey.
to the bathroom.
no,
speaking. Well,
I'm thinking my husband's T-shirt's looking real good.
there you go.
That's
Right.
right. Just as long as it's not one of the Conformity Antidote T-shirts.
I know. So yesterday I actually go to Walmart, which I loathe Walmart. I hate Walmart.
I'm
I go
with
in
you.
there. There's a lady in front of me, and we have 2 rows of not toilet paper, but paper towels. And so I get a 6-pack because you can get one per family, which fine. There's 2 of us, no big deal. Put it in there. I get up to the line, and my son-in-law is actually here with me. He's been here for 7 days. We get up there, and there's this old hag looking. I've been in the sun too long. I've got a cigarette hanging out the side of my mouth, and I'm like looking at her like, okay. So she slaps her Walmart brand bleach up there on the counter, right? She just like whams it up there, and she says, I can't believe you only have 1 per person. And the cashier, what's she supposed to say, you know?
Right.
She ain't
Because customers
she ain't
are
making the
always
rules.
right. Right. And so I'm back there, and I'm like, shut your little short mouth, just shut up. And she slams it up there, and she's like, I can't believe you can only get 1 here. Because I was just at the dollar store, and I was allowed to get 2. And then I went to Lowe's, and I got 4. And I said, in my Vivian glory, well, then get your ass back to Lowe's and get you some more. Because right now you're getting 1.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
I got excused. Yeah, so they let me buy what I had in the basket, and they told me I couldn't come back for 48 hours.
You could not come back for 48 hours?
I couldn't.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. But, you know, being the person I am, I was like, yeah, score. All right, 48 hours. Like, I give a crap.
Yeah. No, so they told you that you could not come back and come back for like 48 hours and get more.
Yes.
How do they know?
I couldn't come back. I couldn't come back into the store for 48 hours. Well, I live in first of all, the next biggest town that has any store to me is 17 miles.
Oh, okay.
And that Walmart is so tiny. It has like literally 7 aisles in it.
Damn,
They're going to know you.
I didn't know they made I don't even know they made a Walmart that small.
no kidding. That's a mini Walmart. That's just a wall.
Actually, it's scary because it's like I call it a bathroom Walmart. It's like a 5x7. Yeah. Freaking hate it.
Yeah, you
But yeah, so that actually happened.
Yeah, you can tell the skank over. You can tell the skank there. So hey, take your ass back to Lowe's, and they got freaking scrub brushes and whatnot, and just take it to town on that, and take a bucket and
Yep.
Yeah.
if it's good for
And
the
then
Saudis,
that
if it's good for the Saudis, it's good enough for her.
Yeah.
Right. And that Lowe's is the next biggest town over, which is Victoria, Texas. It's another 30 minutes. So for me to drive from where I live to Victoria is an hour. So I'm just looking at her like, go put that cigarette in your mouth, get your drawn up, wrinkly ass on out of here. I was just like, nope.
Oh, that's
Maybe
funny.
take the strip out of her back and make a nice belt with it.
I know, right? I'm like, here, I got a Depends, put this on your face for a mask.
Oh,
I'm over
Hey,
people.
this will stop the
I'm
virus.
over people.
This will stop the virus. Stick this over your face.
oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm not done with it yet. There you go.
Yeah.
I just stick a whole. I stick.
Note,
Okay.
on a serious note, my stepson is a quadriplegic. He was hurt in a motorcycle wreck years ago, 15 years ago, right? And so we've always used hand sanitizer, always used bleach, always used Lysol. So when people are hoarding stuff, they're hurting people that are taking care of people, whether it's the elderly, the handicapped, or whatever. And this is the part that really takes me off the most.
Yes.
That is the part that
they don't
really
get-
is
yes.
irritating.
They don't give a shit.
Well, it's like
They
this.
do not.
No, and it's like it's like this ass hat that was in up in New York. I don't know if you read the story or not, but there was this guy we talked about on the
I did.
show. Yeah, who hoarded him and his buddy went and hoarded all the hand sanitizer, and they put NBC put it on there, and then he started getting a bunch of shit, and people were like, you know what, buddy, and he was like. He donated it. He finally donated to churches and stuff like that. Well, because eBay and Amazon, which I will give praise where praise is due. If you go on Amazon and eBay, they've basically eliminated all these idiots that are charging like $100 for one roll of toilet paper. They've actually.
I did see that, and that makes me proud.
Right.
I mean, that right there says, okay, we're not going to do that.
Yes,
So,
they've
That's
actually
good.
chopped them down. But how many are still on these other sites or whatever, still doing it or whatever. But yeah, it's
Well, see, it talks about because I like, right after Katrina. Well, I would say right after, but I think it was like 8 months or so after. I went down with a church group. Actually, we went down twice, and even down there, they had people where they were like handing electricians and stuff were charging like these astronomical rates to to fix the wiring or this, that, and the other. And it's like, how can you? Of course, I mean, I've seen the good and the bad of the world, but it's like how can you really screw over people like that? I mean, just make a decent wage, and you'll have work for as much as for as long as you want.
Yep.
But why
Right.
but why are you taking advantage? And they're like charging I forget how much they were charging to wire this or wire that. Same thing with carpenters, this and the other. And it's like, why do people try to screw everybody else over?
It was the same thing with Harvey. I mean, we were actually signed on our house. Harvey happened because we're building one on the water, and we still haven't restarted it because the price gouging was so horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I just told him, you know what? Just forget it. I mean, just forget it right now. I'm okay. We got 2 pieces of land. I thank God that I have 2 places I can go right now, even if one is just a travel trailer. I don't care.
Right.
I just, just put it off because the people that are price gouging, there's a hot place in hell for those people.
You got that right.
Mhm.
Well, and
Right next to Hitler, Hillary, and Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, don't get me started.
But
Oh.
I will say this: on every afternoon, the Governor Cuomo gives the status update of New York, and they put on Fox. I kind of watch Fox or whatever. And I know, but there was one of the things he said though about the price gouging is he said that the respirators. He said before all this started, he says respirators they would charge about $2,500 for them. He said now they want to charge, and this is all the states because I guess all the governors got together. These companies are charging. They basically will jack the price up to $4,500. Some of them up to $10,000 for a respirator, and it's like, are you kidding me? And that's the thing where I think where Trump needs to step in and sit there and say, you know what? No. You sell it for what you had it for.
I totally agree.
You sell it for what you had it for at the beginning before this crisis, because even if the demand, okay,
Yeah,
the
do it like
demand is
McDonald's.
higher. The demand is higher, so you're still going to be making a profit. But they want to be making
you're
more.
still gonna get that mansion on the hill with this crap. Trust me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Calm down.
So you just do like McDonald's, where you're just going to sell in bulk for so you'd have, like, say, I don't know, I'm just going to throw a number out. Let's say you have 100 respirators sitting there and it's taking you how long to sell them. Just sell them for the regular price. Then they're gonna buy every damn one of them. They're not paying the freaking taxes and all or the storage and stuff for them. And oh, by the way, we're waiting for another 100 or another 200. So as soon as you make them, they're out the door.
Right.
So it's like,
Pete, I agree with you, Vivian.
you
These
got that
people,
right.
these people need to go. Mm.
Like, you have no idea. I don't even comment most of the time on the feed anymore. But I'm like, yes. And my husband's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look, watching my cousin's show. Just shut up. And he's like, okay, I'm walking away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For anybody that didn't know, yes, Miss Vivian and I are cousins. So that makes a good right off the bat.
You know what? At least I got one out of about 100. Like, I got a good one good cousin out of 100. I'm good.
Yeah, you're the only person in my family I talk to, besides my wife and kids.
Well, yeah, and you know what? They seem pretty good. I'm just like, I can't wait to meet you someday. And now you can explain that.
Explain what? I'm confused.
I have never met you.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also some questions I got for you too, because
I know. But I really do enjoy watching you guys show, and I totally get both sides of your story. So,
right.
Well,
I'm so excited to call in and voice my opinion because I have one.
I know, and we're so excited
yes,
that you
ma'am,
called.
you do.
You're like caller number 3 or 2, I think.
Yay!
I know.
Because we had
Sorry?
Jen, and then we had Miss Linda.
That's right. We did. So, yes, you're caller number 3. So, thank you. And, we got on you that one day because you were like, we saw you log in, and you're like, hi, guys. And we're like, call. And you're like, I'm busy. Or can you do it next week? And we're like, we did it for you. And here you are.
Aww.
I know.
You know what? I don't know what you look like without the wig, so I can't answer your question. Okay, sir?
Who said this is a wig? I don't know what you're talking about.
Because you're old ass. Because if it wasn't, your old ass would be as white as my beard.
Really? Well, I'm going to send him a new wig, and then he's going to have to wear it.
Oh! Give you like a mullet.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that to my best friend. Nope.
I miss the 80s, though.
I know I do miss the 80s.
I miss the 80s.
It was good days back then.
I try to tell my kids, it's like, you kids do not understand that the best decade ever was the 80s, and you don't know what you're missing, but I try to remind them every time of what the 80s were like, and they're pretty much sick of it.
Well, it's hitting them right now. Yeah, 2020's...
Well, don't worry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, the year 2020 is really starting off with a bang. I'll tell you, between people dropping dead... Between people dropping dead and the coronavirus, I mean, what the hell's next?
Parachute pants.
I'm like, I got past cancer and shoulder surgery. It's gonna be my year. Well, screw that shit. Let's go on.
I know, isn't that terrible?
Screw it.
They talked to this woman,
Ugh.
this poor woman they had on TV, and she's like, I had just had my last chemo treatment. She had breast cancer. And she's like, she was like, our family was going to have this big celebration that I was finally done, and I had beaten the breast cancer, and now I can't go see anybody. I'm isolated, and there's, every time I flip the TV on, they're telling me people like me are going to die. It's like, oh, there's no doubt about it. Like, I watched this one guy, and he's like, oh, there's no doubt about it. If you got a pre-existing condition and you're over the age of 65, you will die. And I'm like, oh, that's cheery.
I know. My poor husband's dad, he's actually 79, going to be 80 in July, and he acts and looks like he's about 62, 63. And we're like, if you go to the store, we're going to break your knee. Like, I won't.
We're gonna whack you.
It's tonight. Yeah, tonight I cooked him dinner, and he only lives a block from us. We live out in the sticks, but he lives a road over from us. And I've been trying to take care of him because he's older and is compromised, and they think about a lot of things, and it's really heartbreaking because the church I go to is basically a church full of my grandparents
Right.
because I live so far out. And so these people were my first friends. So while other people my age, what I won't mention, I'm 100, and but these people when I first moved here were my first friends, and like I care about all these people, and I'm very worried about them. So it's
Yes.
horrible, but we're gonna make it through it.
Oh,
It'll be
yeah.
okay.
And
We
you
will.
know what? And I tell you what, with all the doom and gloom that certain news people want to say around here, I just did read something. They had a person over in Italy. And Italy is like they're like dropping like flies over. I don't know what's going on over in Italy.
I know,
But-
I know, it's crazy.
But they had a person that was 101 years old. 101 that had the virus.
I saw that.
That had the virus, and they released him from the hospital. They're like, we can't explain. It's just, well, that's like with the flu.
Kicked it in the ass.
It's like with the, it's kind of like with a lot of other viral diseases. It affects certain people different ways, and that's the same thing with this. That's why that got people confounded. They can't figure out why some people make it through with flying colors, and other people, as soon as they get it, it's like 2 days later
they
they're
keep
done.
talking about this person died of corona. This person, they don't know that shit. I mean, somebody could have had freaking emphysema or
Exactly.
COPD or whatever. Is it
Right.
COPD? Is that
Yeah,
right?
COPD.
Whatever. And so you don't know. I mean, it could be just regular flu because if even the kung fu,
Frou.
and even the they're also calling the
Frou
kung,
frou.
they're calling they were also calling the kung
fighting.
the kung flu.
Okay, go ahead.
But they were talking about they don't know, even with the regular flu, somebody could get in there, and then if they get the chronic
Right.
the
Chronic.
pneumonia.
The chronic.
We don't have wait a minute, we don't have the bubbling pot. All right, never mind. But they're saying if you get the flu and it turns into pneumonia, you get that what's it called, chronic pneumonia, where that
Right.
stuff's like a monster. And like we've said on this show 50 million times, like 20,000 people die in the U.S. alone of the flu every year. But we don't freak the hell
I have
out.
this discussion every morning.
Yeah.
It just drives me. Again, I say we could be more mindful of things and this and the other. But do we need to go to freaking nuclear option and go freaking batshit crazy? No. Anyway.
Well, I was at that wedding in Oklahoma with my cousin, and all this stuff started, and I was like, oh my god. Well, when my husband asked me to drive 9 hours, I know he doesn't feel good, because let me tell you, he makes me pray to God for 9 hours. And he looked at me and he said, honey, can you drive? I'm like, well, yeah. Do you not feel good? And he's like, no, I have a really bad sinus infection. I was like, you just asked me to drive. No, fool. That is not a sinus infection. He coughed all the way in that truck. I swear I wanted to be a Labrador Retriever and just hang my crap out the window, but I couldn't.
I would
And
have.
there we are. I was like, honey, just let me call the doctor. It was a Monday morning. I said, just let me call the doctor and we'll get on Tuesday. No, it's just a really bad sinus infection. Let me tell you what. Tuesday morning, he's like, babe, get me in. I'm like, okay. So
That sounds like a
I got
guy.
him in on Wednesday morning. Yeah. So I got him in, and then Wednesday morning I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to die. Well, guess what? He had type A flu, and so did I.
Yeah.
So then your mind is going wild. You're like, what's going to happen? But it all ended, and I'm glad. I'm very thankful. But for the first time in 8.5 years since I've known him, that man has never been that sick before, ever. He's never had any flu or anything like that. So I was like, it's a sign from God, and you're not leaving any properties we have in the sticks. I'm like, so scary.
In
but-
Texas,
Yeah, I know.
Texas, they don't tell you that a block's like 10 miles. That's a block.
You're such a tiny little state, Gary.
We do
I
have
know.
a tiny
little
state,
bitty
Tiny
state.
little state with too many people in it.
and we're and Maryland is blue as a.
Oh, except for this part, or the panhandle. Maryland looks like a saucepan. So the big.
It's like the panhandle of Oklahoma. It should be some other state. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah, because the rest of our state's
And
blue
I'm from
as
Oklahoma, so
Yeah. Well, any
yeah.
any
But
place.
you have great seafood.
Yes.
crap. Yes, we did.
Yes,
I had some
well-
the other day.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
So.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to call in next time too. So if any of you people are scared to call, you need to call because I'm going to keep calling.
That's
there
right.
you go.
Yeah. You make sure they call up there.
Exactly. So we're glad you called, Miss Vivian. Anything else you want to add to the peanut gallery?
I just love you guys and
Well,
know that I love talking to you, and that was awesome, and I loved it.
We love you too.
We loved it too.
Don't be a stranger.
Yes.
Alrighty.
You and yours stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll talk to you next weekend.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye, Miss Vivian.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh my,
That was nice.
That was very nice. Now, see everybody out there, and yes, CJ, you are correct. We do live in a sad world. This is a sad world.
Right. But do you see how it's done?
Yes, that was easy.
That was easy.
But now it's too late because it's really late in the show.
That's right.
But that's what we
But
do.
you
That's,
lost-
that's good though.
You lost your chance.
Yes. But we will be back.
We'll save that one for next week.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yes.
But see, there you go. See, we talk to our listeners, and we have a great conversation. And what is cool is also, as Miss Vivian lives in Texas, we also find out like what's going on in other parts of the world, like the real stuff, not the freaking media.
Yeah, not what we're forced.
bullshit.
Yeah, not what we're forced to watch on TV.
Right. All right. So I will talk about the two. What was I saying?
Now we have your big
announcements.
announcements. Your big announcements.
Two announcements. Number one. Let's bring it all up. Boom. So we finally book number 2 of narration. If you look at the top there, you see it.
I know. I did see it. I saw the web page that you had for this. Yes.
Look at that. A big narrated by.
Well, nobody knows that you're really you.
Well,
except for
everybody knows.
a couple of people do.
Everybody
yes.
knows me.
Yeah.
So, book number 2 is out. Now, the other one was a little bit kind of a creepy book. This one, I think maybe a lot of the ladies might like. This is kind of a mystery
Romance.
novel. It is a romance. It does have romance in it, yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, it's nice in it. It's a romance mystery. And I was surprised that they asked me to do this book, to be honest. I'm like, yeah, so a publisher, hit me up and says, "Oh, we would love for you to do this book." I mean, they didn't even like ask me to audition. They hit me straight up, and I'm like, "Are you sure you got the right person? Are you sure you talked to the right person?" Because it's like, I don't know.
And as Deborah ran into his arms, and she caressed his cheek,
and he went and dry humped her like a. Okay, so there's really none of that in it, but it is romance, and it's a mystery. And the lead in it is a woman FBI agent. So check it out. It's on Audible now, and you can, if you love my golden tones. Well, one of the reasons they told me that they did it is because I could talk with a Southern accent. Not like a fake one where it's like, down, but, just a regular accent. So when I, did it, he said it was authentic. So anyway, because it's in Louisiana.
yes.
So anyway, that's out there. So that is out, and I'll put all the links on our Twitter and Facebook and.
Well, that's how I found
YouTube.
it. I think you have it on Twitter already, because I think that's how I came across it.
It's on Facebook.
I think. Is it on Facebook?
Well,
Okay.
Facebook is because
I know one of them I came across the page we had.
So actually the Facebook piece came from the website. So number 2. So number 2 is what we're doing is we're taking all of our media stuff, like our show, any of the book narrations, we're writing books as well. All that stuff's going under one media company that we're creating, and it's called Boom. Oh, that's big. That's big. And that's big.
These are big.
Is Light Reapers Media. Yes, I came with that all by myself. Yeah. So if you see it, that's Light Reapers Media. You can see it right there. Look at my logo. Boom. Look at that. And our tagline is, "We bring you the good and the bad. It's all on how you look at it."
How profound.
You be the judge. So anyway, we'll also put the link in there for that. if you go on this video, if you go on this webpage, you can get any of the book narrations. You can get the book narrator profiles. You can also hit this show, which it'll take you to link to our Conformity Antidote webpage, and also there's a blog there that I'm starting to fill out to what do you call it?
Blog,
yeah. But it's like I'm giving like
what you're up to or what's going on
with the book,
with
the writing. Yes. So that book is
like,
hopefully with this virus thing, I might be able to get this book out in the next couple months. Hopefully.
I was gonna say you better hurry up because with everybody being quarantined, you got not only all your big authors, you've like
arthritis.
But you're all gonna be. I'm sure Stephen King's probably writing like 3 novels right now. And
Stephen King can kiss my ass.
And Clive Barker. Oh,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Stephen King. You wait till my book comes out. It's gonna make Stephen King look like freaking Dick and Jane book.
Dick and Jane.
Okay, maybe not that much, but anyway.
But
the book I got coming out, it's gonna be like a military horror zombie one.
Yes.
And I must say, if I do say so myself, it's actually written quite well.
Well, in the next 9 months, there's going to be books and babies. So
books and babies.
Books and babies in 9 months. So
maybe I'll write a zombie children's book.
Oh, there you go. Not a bad idea. And you know what? Now, I'm telling you right now, with this environment that we're in right now, I actually thought about it. There's the devious part of me was thought about like going on there and starting the whole rumor that people that were infected with the coronavirus that died from the coronavirus were coming back from the dead. They were coming back. They were zombies. And this was the government's.
George Romero.
Yeah. But it could be coming. You never know. Walking Dead. Night of the Living Dead. It's been done.
Before.
It could be real. I know numerous times.
My point is, how are we going to go back? So if we do Night of the Living Dead, how are we going to go back to black and white?
I know these kids wouldn't know what to do. They'd be like, huh?
Wendy said, maybe some divorces.
Oh,
you got that right.
Well, no, they did say, that's a good point. They did say with all these people being confined to houses and stuff like that, they said domestic violence is like, unfortunately, going up.
Oh,
and drug use and a lot of drug use. No, that is not funny.
Sorry.
And drug use is going up. So
yeah, no kidding. Well, I'll tell you what, it'll really test out a marriage to spend 24.
Miss Vivian for applying to Wendy. Absolutely.
Got that right. So
How about that?
How about it? So my wife and I have, kind of came up with ways to reinvent ourselves, or at least with each other, how we deal with each other. So anyway, she's a school teacher, so she's doing like distance learning and stuff. So we actually created a video in the studio here for her to send to her kids to start out with this distance learning stuff. So that was actually worked out pretty well.
Yes, it did. I saw it. It was very nice.
Yes, and we put some
nice.
We put some special effects in there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was just really some pop ups.
I know.
That's fun.
Good enough though.
It wasn't like Rick Baker here with the
I know there's
American Werewolf in London,
like the head coming off or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway,
I'm rambling.
I know. That's all right.
I do.
So anyway, it's it. I think
that's all I got.
All the announcements.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you all again for tuning in to Conformity Antidote. Thank you, Miss Vivian, for calling in, and we can't wait to hear from you next Sunday. And if any of our other viewers out there want to call, please give us a call. Let us know.
Yep.
Leave us a message. We'll talk about anything. We'll talk about what the topic we're on, or anything you want to talk about, or if you want to tell us 2P off.
Sometimes we're not that bright to even come up with topics ourselves.
Dude.
So if you bring up one, then we can talk about it.
And we kind of have to dig a little bit because that's, it's understandable. That's all the news is saturated with is corona. So it's kind of hard to find some of the goofier, real meaty stories that we like talking about on Conformity Antidote. So if you know something, just give us a shout, or we'll talk about anything. Mm-hmm. So,
I also want to give a shout out real quick to our people and all our viewers in the Philippines.
Yes,
because I've hit we got Jericho that hits us up all the time. He's from the Philippines, and there's a couple. Actually, had a couple other people from the Philippines hit us up on message.
Yes.
And everything when we're off. I think that some people don't understand like when we're live and when we're not, because you look on like if you look on Facebook, it says Conformity Antidote live.
Right.
And I don't know. I think they might think that we're live exactly
now,
at that time.
No.
They don't see the date where it says live and it said
Like last week.
Last week. So those are the Philippines. So if you want to call on the show or whatever, do so. But if you send us a message, I try to respond. I responded to all of them, even when we're off air. So, if you want me to answer a question or want us to answer a question, you can still send us an email or whatever.
Yes, drop us a line.
But just pay attention to the dates or the times and see that we're actually not online.
And it goes to all of our friends around the world. All of our friends in Europe and stuff like that. And I'll tell you what, everybody overseas, we're making it through, trudging through here in the U.S., but to our friends overseas, some of you in some certain countries or whatever having a hard go of it, just stay inside, stay healthy, and watch Conformity Antidote.
That's right.
We'll get you through it. We'll get you through it.
Well, Jericho sent me one from the Philippines where they were like, they're like lockdown.
Right.
They had this, I don't want to make fun of it, but they had this freaking trailer with a cage on it.
Right.
And people who were breaking curfew, they were
shoving them in the cage.
shoving them in the cage.
Oh, well, that's what, there you go. Get in.
I tell you, the Philippines ain't playing,
Ain't
man.
messing around.
So anyway, thanks a lot for that, and we appreciate everybody that's listening and responding to us.
Yes. So let's do this again next Sunday, God willing. So we'll see you all then.
God willing, the creek don't rise.
Exactly, the creek don't rise. So everybody be safe, be careful, stay healthy, stay quarantined, and until next Sunday. Sucky. We see your tool, Conformity Antidote. This is from China.
Virus, you
we
bastard.
wreck your system again.